Bruh.
Hey, traders. What's up? Welcome to episode 867 or something. Could be doing anything, you're here. Thank you. What a day it's been. For the stock market that had just, it was fine, you know, at open, but then like, I don't know, hour and a half in or something, just the bottom fell out on the major indices. And I mean, the Dow Jones had like a 200-point drop, but then they all had a decent recovery. We can look at the charts. I mean, the S&P is, it's amazing what it did before it started running to the upside again. You know, crypto, nothing, right? Nothing's really been going on since yesterday. I think when I went to bed last night, Bitcoin was at the same price it's at, I think, like right now. I mean, dude, just sideways. So you got to wonder, okay, we had a big impulse down on Bitcoin. All right, sorry, I have Domino's Pizza up right now, which is ungodly. Right, it was like the best performer of any restaurant food company since 08, 09. CMG started doing things, but this one up 25%. Right, angled and descending, broadening formation, range, whatever you want to call it. Look at that breakout, man. Unbelievable. That's crazy. And the structure of the pattern was 391. You're at 373. We looked at this freaking last week, and then we used Tesla as the example of the best one of these, and we talked about this was in consolidation for a long time after, you know, bullish trend, and then for 1.5 years, like the others, a lot of the others that are starting to break out now are really going. They're really going. Domino's just decided to skip all the, I don't know, skip all the boring breakout stuff and just gapped up to insane levels, nearing a measure move of the pattern. That's just... Anyway, more exciting than Bitcoin, so started the show with that. All good. All right, I think what's important right now for Bitcoin is the weekly. We'll look at it in a second. Man, looking at this with Patreon is just like Monka S. We are on the cusp. Really close, dude. All right, so Bitcoin engulfed bearishly yesterday. I mean, and the day before was bullish engulfing, whatever. And now you're still somehow inside this channel, right? Anchoring on the top and just one on the bottom, leaving it parallel, not using this as a demand line. You're still there, but the problem is now there are like 3 critical support resistances here that are historical, 96.50 to 99.48. It's really 9800 to 99.50, but let me show you why 96.50 also has its own importance. You got to go left, and you got to see it, all right? I'm just going back to the same area we've been at a million times. Right here, where traders settled up April 24th, 2018. It was a peak, one of your peaks, and you're kind of below that right now. So you're kind of back testing that, using it as resistance right now. You're not breaking back above it. You're just kind of, in a way, rejecting it somewhat by not breaking above it, okay? So, These are serious areas, man. You don't really want to fall below them because of the weekly. And I can show you. I guess we can just go to it now. Whatever. Weekly and log scale. Probably be better on the big screen, but whatever. We'll make do. Okay. Do you see where we are right now? At 9,600 is where traders settled up to close the week of April 30th, 2018, where you're going into May. All right, so by Sunday at close, you want to have a candle close above that or at it, whatever. You just want to be above it. You don't want to break below it because we know history, right? Almost every single time you break, above resistance or below support, you almost certainly go straight down to the next one, which, I mean, again, 8,500 and 9,500. So you want to hold here, man. You don't want to break below it, but we know you could based on Fibonacci from your low to high of the rally so far, where we've only hit a 23% retrace and no lower really on candle closes. You see the back test with that 9650? You want to break above it. You want to break above all three of these. That's why it seemed so great when we got the engulfing candle where it was. That was why there was definite optimism. But just, the next day, all the optimism was taken away when you fell below all the critical support areas that you needed to stay above. Okay, so 4 hours, kind of interesting. But let me say real quick on the daily, it's still viable. Still working on it. I don't know when it's done or it's going to be done. I don't know when the negative momentum is going to begin waning, because we thought it might have been happening immediately, but then, more selling. So who knows when this is going to end, but eventually you'd think as long as Bitcoin's price can hold and confirm above 9150 or so, by the time this starts waning, you'd say that there's definitely hidden bullish divergence going on right now on the daily. Impending price action continuation to the upside. And then on the 4 hour, kind of interesting. And this is where the poll comes in, and you go up and vote on it here. I'm posting it, spamming it, straw poll. We'll see what y'all think. I think a lot of y'all are looking for that Bart Simpson, which is just it's a pronoun for a square up that we see all the time on this market. And a square up is you go to the 60-minute to see it. It's right where an asset really just falls off or really just starts breaking the upside. Look, like a square up was right here. You ran up, you pulled back a little bit, but right when it started going, that's square up area. So, exchange, they have to facilitate the buys or the sells, right? And in order for you to buy, they have to sell. So what'll happen is eventually you get back down to that area and they're able to settle up at a break-even price, or, runs back up or whatever, goes back to business as usual. So a square up in this situation would put you around 10,170, 10,150, right? Where that's just right where that dump happened. So just as easily as this could be a bearish continuation pattern to the downside, always a chance we could get a square up to the upside, a Bart Simpson. So you get the 4 hour, and it kind of really makes you wonder here. Really makes you wonder. A low on price, a slightly lower low on price, just barely, dude. For the consolidation, you're right at that 200 moving average, bouncing off of it. I don't know if that really matters, but starting to get, right? I mean, like where there was a negative histogram island, you now have another negative histogram island that is a lower level, and you're starting to wane on that negative momentum. But, I don't know. You got to break 9650. I think you could do it if you break 9650, but that just, you failed twice now in this past almost 8 hours. RSI, a low on price, a slightly lower low on price with higher levels real to strength. That is also classic bullish divergence. So it's not happening while you're over sold or anything. So it could always just dump again, and that's why, could be hidden. You got it could be a bear flag that could be a continuation downside, but I'm saying, you got to think now, okay, so if we have hidden bullish divergence arguments still in play on the daily, and then we might now have maybe some bullish divergence in the 4 hour, it would lead you to believe it's not like, if this just dumped and is consolidating like this, it's not like the best entry maybe for a short, you know, to ride the wave down more because you're starting to get like seller weakness right here. That's all I'm saying. Not saying it's a long opportunity. And I'm just kind of saying like it could be high risk for someone who's thinking about this going lower, even though it very well could. All right. Contradicting variables suck, man. You really want it to be like, oh, everything lines up for the bullish case. Everything lines up for the bearish case for that short, right? When you start getting like, oh, well, on this time scale, it's still bullish. These time scales are bullish, but this one and this one are starting to look kind of bearish. This one's really bearish, 4 hour, right? I mean, that's when it starts getting trickier and you start losing that edge on the market. Your certain edge is when you have just all time scales. Everything's looking bullish. Like all the stars or planets align, right? That's what you want for a real strong trade. Okay. An inverse Bart would just be a bear flag. So, okay, let's see what y'all voted. Got 81 votes. Come on, man. Really? That little participation? I'm not even asking you to like the stream or sub, right? I'm just saying, go. What is your opinion on what could happen next? Descending, broadening wedge. Yeah, I mean, if you anchor from this new top here, from this one, yeah, maybe, I guess. Like, whatever. Yeah, sure. Descending, broadening wedge. Large descending, broadening wedge, if you want to call it that. Fine. Doesn't take away the pretty much coin flip chance of an upside break or downside break, right? Where it's like if it dumps the bear flag, it could hit the bottom of the pattern, right? If it breaks the upside, it could hit the top of the pattern. So, okay, that's cool. Descending, broadening wedge, maybe. Idea, sure. It's valid. I mean, you know, it's like an argument. You got the touch points and all that. So let's see. You can hold the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. The divergence plays out, and then it coincides with a hidden divergence on the daily. And you know, the issue is like, again, it's the most shallow retrace. You still, like, from your low point, and I try to like erase it so it's just easier on the eyes for the viewer. But like, you just go from the low to the high. As you can see, 95.50 is the 23% retrace. That is the shallowest of all retraces. Uncommonly, you can reverse there, which I thought we were doing. You know, we did do that February 17th, but just almost instantly, in 2 days, just dumped again right back at it. You still haven't broken it. So, common retrace areas on Bitcoin. If we were looking at this like any asset, if this was the top, which we know it's a valid swing high at least, in a common market, common traditional market, right? Or sorry, in a traditional market, common retraces like we looked at we would look at anything else would be between 8,000 and 89.50. That's it. Near the 200-day moving average. And if you forgot, just to remind you, Golden Cross. Golden Cross happened on President's Day. Very cool. But it's a lagging indicator, so you can't even talk about follow-through price action on a lagging indicator, right? It doesn't really mean much. So eventually what the Golden Cross means is like, hey, maybe like after consolidation and chop, eventually this asset makes a higher low than its previous low and runs again to higher prices, and a long-term uptrend could happen. Because I've said it before that a Golden Cross that was lagging, it is a prerequisite to a long-term sustained uptrend. Because you have to have them eventually. If things are going to reverse, okay, the Golden Cross happens, and then for many, many months, the 50 and 20 moving averages start diverging away with the price action from that 200, because that's the slowest moving average. Yeah, gold hype, absolutely. Did y'all hear that Morgan Stanley is attempting to buy E-Trade? Kind of like Schwab buying Thinkorswim? Or Ameritrade, sorry. That's Thinkorswim's an affiliate of Ameritrade, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So now we got banks eating up the retail brokerage companies, right? I guess that was gonna happen. Someone's getting rich off of it, right? But I mean, E-Trade itself, you just want to look at it real quick. It's what was it? I thought it was is it ETFC? Yeah. Look at this chart. I mean, this is what happened to it. Morgan Stanley is down like 4.5%. So, you know, this thing just gapped up, kind of like dominoes. From the high to low. Dang, man. Above the golden retrace. Jeez. Mergers, acquisitions, dude. Dominoes devouring, you know, gains. I don't know, something like that. Cool stuff going on today. Again, if you just really want to look at it real quick, the S&P 500, I love it. The PPT came in at the perfect time. Well, remember this old demand line we've had plotted? You know, you fell below it with the, I don't know, like it was the 1618 fib extension, bearish divergence. You dumped 2.5%, I think, in total. That was it before a recovery. And look, from 1 and 2, it seems like you pretty much back tested that old demand line as support before, you know, a pretty freaking nice bounce to the upside. So many individual assets across the board have candles that look very similar to that. One thing to be noted, and I know it's not crypto. What do you want, man? Oh my god, please talk about crypto more, because like you just talked about it, exactly what's going on with it. But, you know, for people that actually trade and don't just trade crypto, there are, you know, very promising things out there, like where PayPal today for the first time back tested the old all-time high as support. When it was once resistance, is now support. Like right, the wick from the S&P pulled up. So eventually this can sustain, which I don't know. It could end up being a double top or something like that. But you'd think if it can sustain, I think that PayPal will see $128.84 soon. Its first target. Okay. PayPal, dude, doing things. So one I've got added to my calls today on Nvidia on this pullback, it actually with the wick filled a gap, and then the S&P recovered. So, you know, I mean, this thing hit $316 yesterday and got as low as freaking $295, $296 today. Talk about volatility. But again, like all the volume and all the effort from sellers and absolutely no reward for them. No follow through. All that effort and no gain for anyone selling. So that means like you very well, if the stock market does what it did and it could climb, you would think that Nvidia would have free reign to continue running up. It's 1272 fib extension from all-time highs, previous all-time highs, to the low point of the correction is $338.99. So I think that's an eventual target, but who knows with the insanity of this market where it could really go. I mean, my God, man, we're setting up for probably the biggest bubble in history of humankind. With all the stupid liquidity getting pumped into all markets from all governments, negative interest rates, or interest rates, we're getting closer to zero, 90% chance of interest rate cuts in June by the Fed. I mean, dude, too much liquidity, more liquidity than ever before. So you think that on some assets that were high flyers that they're going to pull out and they're going to go into other things to pump those next. Nvidia is a market leader. So one thing we talked about yesterday on Square was it had a breakout. I didn't look at the chart, but you got to talk about what it did today, kind of like PayPal. Not really, because PayPal is all-time highs, but this was just a range you were stuck in since November 2018. You broke out yesterday, and today you back tested it as support, and look where you closed. So freaking strong on, I mean, the highest high Square has seen since, again, like early October of 2018. Amazing. The weekly, though, is so important on this. Gorgeous, right? Ascending triangle. Gap fill 94.30, an eventual target. If the, if you get follow through price action on the breakout that is occurring this week, hello, all-time highs around $100. Let's go, dude. How can you get access to the Discord? Evidently, I have to always invite people. Here you go. You want to join the Discord? Over 5,100 members, extremely active. That's where you want to be, dude. That's how you get in contact with me and anyone else in this community when the live stream's not going. Check it out. Okay, so here are the preliminary voting of the poll, whatever you want to call it. Bear flag or Bart Simpson. 85 of y'all say it is going to be a square up. It's not really a bear flag, and then 38% of y'all think it is a bear flag. Again, if you do want to vote on this, you've got, you know, we should have an answer probably in, you know, the next day or two on what it is. I'll just go ahead and favorite it so I don't lose it. Okay. I guess we can shift back to. So what are S coins doing? You know, the alts. A lot of the major ones are at critical support. Like just old overhead resistance that you broke through. You're now trying to hold on for dear life at support. Ethereum, not really. It's just crazy. This one is kind of a lone anomaly because Litecoin's testing. I think XRP fell below it. I was looking at them today, but we'll go into it. But you know, you did test $237, which was support resistance, but that was like a few days ago. Since then, I mean, just where are the sellers? Why has the selling not happened yet? You're just starting to make kind of higher lows now, maybe? I mean, at some point you'll get some sort of consolidation pattern, it looks like. I mean, you're back to neutral. So on the daily, Ethereum's about to go into negative momentum, right? So normally you might see a sell-off. If there is one, or just sideways consolidation with negative momentum that just ends up being trash like that, very small, almost inexistent, then it goes again. Or it could end up being something more major, right? Where, you know, you lose all your positive Momo, then the negative Momo comes up and you start really pulling back. And we know, or we think from the low to high, that common retrace areas for Ethereum will be between 164 and $203. 232 is the shallowest retrace. You technically didn't even hit it in log scale. You did hit it in linear, though. You did. Okay. Litecoin, holding on for dear life. Oh my god, is it loud, dude? Really, like, I want to tell you, man. Stuff with these live sets, because they always change. I think there's different decibel levels. I mean, the way the S&P, I mean, that price action today leads you that, yeah, you'll just rally tomorrow. I mean, be higher highs. I mean, everything will be business as usual. That was a great pullback. Got people scared, real scared. Like, what? And then just look at the recovery, the PPT. Plunge protection team. Hey, smiley face, why would you post gross sardines? Nasty. Hey, dude, thanks for the new Discord members. Y'all joined. Some of y'all joined. Yeah, music loud. It's still kind of loud. I don't even know, dude, anymore. Because it, like, just... Do you hear the music, right? It's like just this jazz. So it's like... Decibels are all over the place. It's like way too quiet, way too loud, way too quiet on my mixer that I'm looking at. That's how I know. Music strange. It's jazz, dude. American jazz. Dash doing things? No, it's actually not really. So, nothing on this market's doing much. Tomo, but dude, that doesn't even. I don't even know why I have that on my watch list. It was a meme. But no, bigger market cap coins, not doing a whole bunch of anything. But you know, so Litecoin we were talking about. Critical support, you gotta hold it. I mean, this is it, man. Between $65 and $66. I mean, we have been discussing this one as the potential reversal area, right? All the way up, $65, dude. $65. Oh my God. Well, we broke it. We back tested, ran again, hit the next one, and then up thrusted and failed. And here we are again. You don't really want to fall below that area, though. I guess you could. And the next target would be like $61, but this is the major reversal support, in my opinion. Okay. People are saying they're bullish, but not buying the dip. Well, again, dude, I mean, if you understand Fibonacci, the retrace is so shallow, super shallow. It's not, you're still paying pretty high premium on Bitcoin at 9,600 right now, if you understand how to read, like, the Fibonacci. Okay, so we know value is when there's like a 38% sale on Bitcoin, or a 50% sale, or a 61.8% sale on Bitcoin, or a 78% sale. That's when you start getting into deep value areas, or deep retraces, which are high value areas. So again, Bitcoin, that means like if it really does reverse here, and it can, I mean, like, dude, it's been like farting around at this 236, you know, for the better half of a week. So that would be testament, if Bitcoin was truly to reverse where it is now, that would be testament to overwhelming amounts of demand on this asset, and it would be stupid strong. But we still don't really know yet, right? Chat dead. Hello? Anyone? Did y'all have a good day? Anyone have any gains today? Stock market? Crypto? Anything? Okay. It's Litecoin. I guess we can look at XRP. I was looking at this one. Tether? Yeah. So, you know, the same pattern. You sold off, you broke back inside. Look, you even tried to break back out, but now you're back in. So critical support that you could backtest for sure is 25 cents. You haven't done that yet, actually. That's a big time support. And if Bitcoin doesn't hold up, you definitely will test that. If Bitcoin dumps, you'll probably fall below 25 cents. So be careful. XRP extremely, in the short term, sensitive to Bitcoin. Sprint gains continue with that. They had that merger with the T-Mobile, right? They had there was like an amendum today to that. I can't remember. Yeah, weed stocks. Yep. Well, staying long on CGC for the foreseeable future, in my opinion. I mean, we're at value areas, and it's just a position trade, right? TLRD, it did aim high. It did. I looked at that. I mean, we can look at it right now. Yeah, 3-point-something%. But I think, truly, if it can get above 468, 549, but it could be sized up like this, dude. It seems crazy now, I know, man, but like, you're kind of double bottoming. 1993 support here, okay? All-time lows down here, but the divergence is so freaking strong on the weekly and the daily on MACD, RSI, that eventually you could see 632. I'll show you, it's right here. Gotta zoom way out. I was looking at this the weekly, right? Resistance. And after that, like the major resistance is like 945. So, I mean, this is bottom feeding stuff, dude. But you did break out. You had a nice bump and run breakout. Now you're kind of confirming a bottom, right? Confirming to market participants, hey, this is the bottom for now. Time to reverse, maybe. We will see if there's enough demand for that. But yeah, you could see higher prices on this. And just as we talked about this last night, it is up like 3% today. Not bad. Some of y'all probably moved at Kappa. Wow, man, no one even said anything. I got a brand new hoodie. It came in today, dude. Yeah, weed stocks, yes. Needed a defibrillator stat? Maybe. Pepe, maybe. Did you miss Tesla? Closed right below $900 today. Still insane, right? Still insane. Hey, remember how yesterday it hit the 3618 again? for twice now in history, it's at the 3618 fib extension. Today, I mean, macro probably had something to do. Look what it did though. Intraday went down to where traders settled up yesterday, hit that, and kind of filled a gap in a way with the wick, and now you're back up again, just less than $1 below 900. The 3618. You gotta love math. That's all anyone has to go off of now, from the high point to low point of the structure, the right angled and descending running formation, the same one we just looked, well, something very similar we saw on Domino's that just gapped up 25%. At 3618. That means it's retraced 361.8% from its 100% retrace. So the next target after that would be 1,000 if you could ever break this, which I don't know. And then after $1,000 is 1,067, the 4236 fib extension. Good God. There's your Tesla. High flyer. But I mean, it's still just stupid dangerous. Could be stupid dangerous on both sides for shorting and longing. I understand. It's nuts, man. Do you ever play golf, 8A? You know, I answered that question pretty well. I have a typical question or answer to it. I own golf clubs. Right. So yeah, I play golf. Not very often. I really stopped playing golf when I started doing this streaming stuff. That was really when I just stopped going. Did I stop myself from saying wedge? What? Something golf joke with a wedge mixed in because of TA. Exactly. I thought we looked at Intel SAT yesterday and it was like nothing good. Like nothing that I can't remember, dude. Oh, it was I. That's right. Yeah, it was just one of those where it's like, whatever, dude. Yeah, maybe at an area value, but how effing long is it gonna take? Yeah, we talked about there was bullish divergence on this. Yep, climbing. Who knows how high it'll climb though? I mean, after you just breached 435, so the next target's probably gonna be 578. You break 578, you'll probably go to 748. But I mean, just look how long this asset was stuck in this little range here. So I don't know, man. That's insane technical damage done. I mean, that's like bad news, real bad news. Like, oh my God, like we might be going bankrupt or something type candles where institution just got the F out, ran for the hills. So I don't know, man. Good luck. I mean, I just think there are better charts out there to look like to possibly trade. But yeah, sure, value, quote unquote, down here. That's gnarly, dude. Oh, you did, Adam? I don't know, man. Yeah, slanted head and shoulders. I mean, like, maybe. I don't know, dude. It's kind of ugly. But sure, if that's the means of how Bitcoin gets to value areas, I don't really care, right? Not so much looking for a great shorting opportunity on Bitcoin right now because it's in a bullish trend. I don't care if it sells off more. I mean, then I can maybe get in on Bitcoin at like value areas and let that be the way it does it then. Let it, that scrubby, scuffed head and shoulders pattern be what takes us down here. Sure. But we know a 23% sale on Bitcoin, it's okay. It's just not that great of value. But it's not up to us, right? It's up to the market participants, the makers of the market, whether they perceive value here. Not so far. I mean, like, it's holding, but there's no real... I mean, there was some major buying, immediately followed through with huge amounts more selling. And so now, again, we're only just, right now, back testing a historical resistance, overhead resistance that should have been support, was kind of support as resistance again. So that's not really very good price action. I mean, we got 19 minutes till the daily close, and it's just been indecision the whole time. It was like that, though. The thing is, like, until like the last hour and a half of this huge red, you know, bearish engulfing candle on that day, it was sitting up here like just indecision too, like, nothing. And then the price action came in towards the end of the day. So, I don't know, you're still contained within the channel, but again, we know there is way better value down here for just anyone to trade this. You know, it's crazy. You know, at areas of value, you don't really get these insane, crazy $1,000 drop candles like that. I mean, value areas, you hit supports, you've been selling off for 6 months and stuff. Hey, man, higher lows, engulfing candles, convergence and bullish divergence. My God, so many good things down here. Then up here, nothing really. Nothing. Maybe hidden divergence, but if the selling continues and eventually Bitcoin falls below 91.50 on a daily close, the hidden divergence will be completely invalidated. So whatever, man. There are better things out there. There was great value, but there's not as much value now on Bitcoin. That's why we look at stocks. No, head and shoulders pattern would not mean the start of a new 7-month correction. Absolutely not, dude. I think that really, you know, you go through waves like this, you get high real fast, and then you correct. I mean, correct, but it's really just like you consolidate, and downsloping consolidation is very good because then people who got in down here would say, hey, man, there's 38% sale on Bitcoin. Well, that's enough. Enough market participants say 38% is good for me. A lot of people buy, and there are a lot of times technical reasons why they buy here, because maybe we see some bullish, real good bullish evidence, real nice patterns or something, before it goes again. But again, the 236 isn't a good value area, even if it did reverse to the upside. That would just be testament to the overwhelming amount of demand on Bitcoin. So, yet to happen. Okay, still got a chance to vote on this. You know, on the 4 hour, it's either a bear flag or a potential square up opportunity. Just going sideways, so it could be either. And it does kind of, the Bart is kind of got an edge just a little bit because of the hidden divergence on the daily that might be in development. It's still not confirmed yet, I don't think. And then right here, you've got like lows. Slightly lower lows with lower levels negative memo, a low on price, a slightly lower low with higher levels relative strength. But just as easy, this could, you know, Bitcoin flag plays out, this dumps down to much lower lows, then you invalidate any divergence, and then we know, hey man, we'd be going down to a 38% retrace on Bitcoin. Okay. So, is this a flag, or is this a Bart Simpson, chat? Let me know. Bear flag? It sure as heck looks like a bear flag, doesn't it? Huge impulse down with upsloping consolidation. But the oscillator's not really on your side. And it looks pretty, I mean, it kind of looks weak for a bear flag, right? And the shortening of the thrust stuff, where it's just barely a lower low. Yeah. I wouldn't say, I mean, like, is it more likely that Bitcoin would break the upside? Dude, I don't know, man. And this isn't really, you know, we're taking TA as far as we can, dude, here. Like, it's not something I would trade. It's just for the sake of conversation, because Bitcoin's kind of the centerpiece. People love Bitcoin. People want to talk about Bitcoin. So we're just making sense of it. It's nothing like it was, you know, here or down here at much lower prices where there was value and it was really on the up and up, and we didn't have, you know, a lot of moon boys in the chat and all that. It was, you know, now you're just you've made lower highs, right? Now you're making lower lows, kind of, but this lower low is not that bad yet, even though it is real. And we know, though, what's crappy about this situation, you'd think you'd be more optimistic maybe about the Bart if this 96.50 wasn't being regarded as resistance for sure right now. And we know that's historical resistance back from way in 2018. So Couple with handle, man. Yeah, maybe, but okay. Well, that handle could retrace 38% instead of 23%. It's an equidistant channel, Jordan, because like with your linear regression channels, you've got that heart line, and that is normally just an area, man, psychological area, where if you break that equidistant, or if you break that linear regression channel, its heart line, if you're going on the up and you break that, you can back test it, and then there's a higher likelihood it would run to the top of the channel, and it sells off, it hits the heart line and falls through that 50%, the heart line, there's a good chance it would go to the bottom of the channel again. So when you have an equidistant channel, it's just cutting that in half on both sides. So it's just for longer term uptrends to see the correlation of touches within. So, it gives you, like, it's almost like checking your math when you're anchoring on the top side or the bottom side of the channels. If that makes sense. Some would get that. Wow, sorry. Music's depressing. Well, there you go, dude. Changed it. For everyone crying about it. Jesus. Dude, John, hey, man.
Bruh.
Holy crap. Dude, crypto contribution too. Let's go, dude.
John phones a tip $26.09. Keep up the great TA Ray. Been watching your videos since September and learned a lot, bro. Thank you ever so much. Love the bats. 101.000000000 bat.
Me too, man. Thank you for that bat. Adding to the bags. Crypto, dudes. I don't sell that. It never turns into fiat. Stays crypto, man. Thank you, dude. I think bat in time will eventually make a higher low than its previous lows, the double bottom, and then it'll run again. So I'm making a call on bat that I think eventually, I don't care how much, it's 25 cents right now, 25.7. I don't care how much further it sells off. It'll eventually, I think, make a higher low. Now, when it does, I'll just continue dollar cost averaging, and eventually it will break out of that 28, 29 cent area, and then we'll go maybe to 40 cents. This would take time, and it will be dependent on how long it takes Bitcoin to finish up its consolidation or its churning, right? That's all Bitcoin's doing, just churning right now. On the daily, anyway. Okay, I get it. Right, that's just chop. Consolidation. I mean, you really haven't moved much since February 6th. You've been up and down, but you're just kind of right there. Thanks again, John, dude. Levinus, man, I mean, you must be just showing up because I talked about that at the beginning of the stream. I've noted that multiple times.
Thoughts on LinkQ's Lord Ray? It seems strong and stable.
So, Varese, thanks for the threes, dude. Tron in the jar. Long and strong. I mean, crazy, dude. I mean, at this point, we could probably just draw a channel. But how did it all start? Right, big correction, and then created the bullish cipher. Hit the PCZ, was there for like, almost 2 weeks, and then it was gone again. So new channel, you hit the 1414 fib extension from the height of the structure to the low point. The 1618 after that is 533. But we got, there's major fib extensions up here if this thing really does keep running. So yeah, at this point, you could probably just anchor on the bottom. Still seems maybe okay. One, and might want to start. It's pretty good, I guess. You had it like that. Something like that. So what? Where would a demand line be on Link if that is kind of the case? Clearly struggling, right? Clearly having issues breaking this. Demand lines down at 360 or so, which is where traders settled up, right? That's critical. But we've already tested that once. I mean, you could test that again. no value, right? You're losing all your positive momentum. You're getting closer to neutral. Eventually, you'll start showing some negative memo again after this. So, I mean, no value, high premium, and you'd want a pullback on this. There is no sale on Link right now. It's like you go to Amazon, they're like, are you okay with this asset, paying us like 27, paying us like 40% more for Link? Are you okay with that? You'd be like, yeah, dude. So that's not how you do it. You want to go to Amazon, you'd be like, dang, dude, there's a 38% sale. There's a 50%, 78% sale on this asset that I want to own. Okay. Not this. This is where people sell. They don't buy here, okay? So if you want to buy, someone else is probably going to be willing to sell it up here, just saying. So I mean, of course it could go higher. Great, it's crypto, but you're talking about someone you're asking me, like, this is like we look for trade setups here. And then like if there's no trade setup, it's like we try to make do with the variables we have, but crypto and Bitcoin, or they're going to have them. We go through the cycle of when they play out, and then they run up, and then they hit targets, or they don't, and then we have to wait again. And then we look at other markets while that's happening, right? Look at gold, dude. Imagine not owning gold. Wow. Okay. So, I know Neo's at critical areas again, support. Not sure Monero was. Sorry. Getting there. Very, very close. That major support we had before, 72.50, you're almost there. Where you can see we have tested it and regarded it many times. You don't want to break below that. You want to pull back, and this is where hidden divergence is very, very clear. If you see hidden bullish divergence and a critical support right here, this needs to start maturing though, and you start seeing that waning negative momentum, and then we can say, hey, yeah, kind of confirmed hidden bullish divergence. We have impending price action continuation to the upside. At this point, we could probably draw a channel too, but with the Fibonacci, it just starts making things look real busy. Where from the high point to low point, this asset ran up over 61.8% of the way, up thrusted through it, and then reversed there. Hey, it reversed the golden retrace pretty much. The golden pocket, 65% retrace. Yeah, it did reverse there. Go figure. Whew. All right, we got 6 minutes till the daily candle close. That's why we're normally always here, right? Just reading. I haven't read much. We've just been going today. Yeah, EOS. Also critical support. That was another one. It fell below 1, and now it's at another. All right, it was trying to hold on to the 421, but now there's the other 370, which very, very important. Trader settled up. What was once resistance, hopefully is now support. Dude, you don't want to, you really want to hold this. The thing is, though, what's cool about it, you never back tested it once. Like this was a trade setup, before we broke out. I'm glad we didn't back test, I guess, for the sake of the trade, but it was 10 cents off his profit taking level. Yeah, we look at V-Chain. Thank you, Variz, man, for the 3s. Much love, dude. So, this is the first back test of this critical area, which is the trend reversal level, I think. This is like where if you can back test, what do we talk about all the time? What's a trend reversal? How does it truly reverse? You break your previous overhead resistance, which is exactly this. You back test it as support, then you run again. Okay, we're back testing the first time. It's time to run again. If Bitcoin dumps, chances are EOS could very well fall below this, and then it's not good, dude. Technically not very good. But at the end of the week or month or whatever, you will like to see a major higher low than these lows. You round out here or something, that's still okay on the weekly. If we can end up seeing on any of these assets weekly higher lows, that's the composite man marking his territory, letting you know, hey man, I'm acquiring more position here for, you know, a long-term multi-month, maybe multi-year uptrend. So that hadn't happened yet. Not even on Bitcoin, really. In terms of like the shorter term, where I'm just talking about Bitcoin, where you can see, of course, this is a higher low than this. Absolutely, yes. But I'm just saying, like, from this low, we haven't really pulled back yet, and you can see still where the golden zone is. You pull back, you can come all the way down to 85, 8,600, and then make another real higher low than this one, and that is really good and healthy. It's a healthy sign for much higher prices. But again, hasn't occurred yet. We haven't even broken that week of April 30th, 2018. We haven't even broken that yet. Now we fell below it intra-week, and we could do that again. But at the end of the week, what you want to see on Bitcoin is it close above 9,600. Okay? Just repeat that a couple of times so you don't forget. Weekly on Sunday evening, we need to close above 9,600. That's it. Yep, join the Discord. Discord link right there. Join it up, man. One of the most active and largest crypto/trading communities that exist on Discord. So hit us up, man. That's where we are when the stream ends. Be a part of this community, dude. All right. 2 minutes, chat. All business this week, man. No parties. Now it is Patreon night tonight. 2/20/20. That's a lot of twos, man. Repeating, of course. But, you know, I've been taking this time. I've exercised every single day since Saturday. So, feeling good about that. I mean, haven't drank any alcohol since Saturday. So I've been a real good boy as of late. Feels good, man. But it's good to, like, you know, purge or just detox off that. So I think maybe the trend line, you might be back testing it as resistance, maybe. Not even, dude. I don't know, man. The way 9650 is being used as resistance, blah, indecision after a big candle like that. It could be a Bart Simpson or flag. I don't know. The negative momentum could just continue to build on lower prices. But you're still inside the channel, and it looks like you're going to close another day inside of it. I can't fix the one in my description because we don't want to have an 100% uptime like on the Discord, because losers that spam my freaking channel with these, you know, they're like Nigerian phone numbers they want you to be a victim of. They will like get the link and then it'll start spamming everyone in my Discord, those scams. So that's why we are pretty exclusive, and we always have expirations on our invites to our Discord. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna be lit, Julia. I mean, nothing's been lit this week in terms of streaming, but yeah, I mean, I'll eat some Vegemite tonight, sure. Yeah, man, you say some really weird stuff. It's like you shill BSV, obviously, and then you just, you know, talk crap. Like, are you even here? I know you don't trade, that's for sure. You don't care about technical analysis, so what's your reason for even being here, dude? You're just gonna talk crap and just shill S-coins.
I started to notice last month that you were getting fat. The gym will help solve that problem. I am totally joking about you getting fat.
Thanks, Faris. Appreciate it, man. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at VeChain, but just know that the daily candle closed. New candle has been born. Inside the channel still. Indecision candle. I mean, technically bullish pin bar-esque, but, you know, the best bullish pin bars have the largest wicks. But it's there. You'll walk me through it, Julia? Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, if I stream on Twitch, dude, it'll be like, I'll be doing it in front of 20 people. No, I would never overdo it. I've heard it's extremely high in sodium and salt and stuff, so. Oh wow, happy birthday to Mr. Schaffer. I don't think he's in here. I haven't seen him say anything today. Happy birthday to him. For sure. Yeah, I remember in phase, dude. It's exploded, man. Killed it. Killed it. Nice one, Firefox. That always makes charts better when you have a slab of ribs. You want to see this great looking chart setup right here? Barbecue. Fantastic, man. And like, I don't even remember, like, you know, we posted meme of the month last month, and it was the Christmas. No, not the Christmas one, but see, I'll post so close to the beginning of the month that so the front runner for February. Okay, so this was the winner of January. Death in the chat, 21k subs. Right? No one cared about Bitcoin here, but now everyone cares, and it's too late for value. So we made a meme of it. And now this is the front runner this month. Good luck. Attempting.
Could you please share your thoughts on Ilgai? Scanning weak charts today. Bullish divergence and hidden bullish divergence. Possible scuffed inverse head and shoulders? Thanks.
Sure. Thanks, Fishhead. OGI. So yeah, man, this is the arguably one of the, this is maybe the best meme of the month in the history of time. Like, I don't know if anything can actually really beat this one. Okay. OGI. Still have no idea if Bitcoin is a Bart Simpson or not, right? Or a flag, a bear flag. I don't know about this one, man. Like, Organogram Holdings broke a very serious demand line, historical demand line. Goes back to October 2015. Right, you broke it and you back tested it as support and then you dumped again. Like, what the heck? You know? Fib extensions? Are you anywhere? Are you at a 1272? Excuse me. Nope, not even hitting a 1272 yet, which is $1.50. Yeah, hidden bullish divergence, certainly. Kind of like a scuffed CGC, right? Canopy, like a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Not really. I wouldn't call this a head and shoulder at all. It's way too messed up. But I do like the higher low. But, I mean, you just didn't hit a 1272 yet. Sorry, this probably should just be a channel. I don't know what the heck. I think it was like a wedge at one point. But yeah, you broke out. Right, momentum shift. You would have had it like this. Okay, so you had the downtrend breakout. You made a deep retrace from this low to high. Good. Hidden divergence is playing out. But that's about it. Look where we are. I mean, you're kind of at like this critical resistance support area. And then right after that is even more. So from 265 to 296 is a big area of resistance. And that's probably why once you broke this, you had a real nice run up before dumping. right? Because there's not much real supply above this nearly $3 area. All right, look at that. I mean, that wick there ran up, and I think Trader settled up right at it. Yeah, Trader settled up right at that historical resistance back from 2016, November 2016, pullback. So if it's gonna break to the upside and make these higher highs or something, well, then guess what, dude? You got your work cut out for you, don't you? Almost like a broadening bottom, maybe, where you have two diverging trend lines. Broadening bottom. Yep, 2 and 2. But the broadening bottoms need like 3 touches, so maybe not even valid yet. Okay, so you get it, right? It's great, but again, not really the strongest looking pattern. But I like the higher low. I like the hidden bullish divergence. But the resistance here, you got to break all the way above 335 until you can see much higher prices. Okay. Win Benson, man. What's up, dude? It's a quiet day for 800 viewers. It happens, man. People want Bitcoin price action because there's been a lot of price action, and every day there's not price action, the numbers will wane, and eventually we'll get to a point where we'll hit a bottom on viewership, and Bitcoin will hit a bottom, and then Bitcoin will eventually pivot and run to the upside again, and then everyone will run back and say, should I buy now? It's a cycle as old as time itself. Sorry, this thing is... There we go. Logan, I think you got both of our faces from the live stream when we were there, right? I mean, someone going short at 10K could have easily gotten liquidated when it ran out of 10,500, which is exactly what she did. That person was talking about going short at right at a breakout or right before breakout, where it ran up over $500 more, and then it's just been chopping ever since. So Kent, if you're asking someone on the internet, maybe you should go buy some books. Go invest in yourself and learn how to, identify value on an asset that you want to trade and make money on, versus, again, just randomly asking people on the internet what you should do with your money that you worked for, or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, dude. All right, Miss Shaver, there he is, dude. Happy birthday, man. Seriously. I'll do it for you. Gotta find it, though. Happy birthday, Miss Shaver, man. Happy birthday to Miss Shaver. Thanks. It's for you. So think maybe by tonight we may or may not have an answer on if, the poll. 136 y'all depressingly voted on. 800 people. 136 votes. Okay, so I guess majority voted that it would fail and it would break to the upside versus dumping the downside. But again, man, I don't really like what you just back tested and confirmed as resistance, which was a historical resistance, man. You just yesterday, there's a new date now, but you just tested it as resistance and failed. That's not good, man. Not really.
You look at XTZ yet? If not, can ya, buddy old pal? Is it time to take all the profit?
So, Gabriel, yeah, of course, dude. Yes. Probably. I mean, you tell me, dude. Yeah. Of course. You realize these things can go straight down too, right? They don't have to just go straight up. The same guy who made this thing go up can make it go straight down. So, I mean, of course, though, a reasonable trader that actually got in at areas of value would have probably taken profit and been out of this by now. But you're asking me now, dude. Probably a good area to take some profit, dude. Yeah. But I'm not going to tell you what to do, okay? But I'm saying one would be wise after a run that it's only been since late October. We're at its highest point, appreciated in value 440%. And you're still up there. So 4 hour? Good God, dude. You didn't even have like, I mean, you had a little bit of bearish divergence, like a high, a higher high, but yeah, I mean, it's pulling back. Dude, I mean, at this point, dude, it's like just common sense, maybe. My music. Okay, man. Well, hey, it's been a interesting day. I mean, not for crypto, but for other markets that a lot of people don't care about here. You know. So definitely were some opportunities to add to your longs and stuff on the stock market. Crypto, dude, I don't know. It's not really. Nothing's really screaming at me in crypto. Oh my God, value. Great opportunity, low risk, high reward. Now, 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, it was all crypto was doing that, but not really now. Sorry. So I would like to wait for more value between 8,000 and 8,950, which I think we very well could get in time, but I don't know, because the hidden divergence could mature at any time. I mean, buyers could just come in and push this price higher, but you'd think after an engulfing into a bearish engulfing candle, and now we back tested areas that should have been support as resistance for real. I mean, it looks like a huge impulse down, like a bear flag. Almost looks like a bear flag, but could easily just be a Bart Simpson square up, all right? Like a, you know, looks like a flag, but you run up to, you know, for the exchange to settle up at a break-even price. Got me, man. TA, I mean, I use TA to trade low risk, high reward opportunities and assets. A lot of times won't be showing that at the current time. But, you know, if we look at Bitcoin every day, when a lot of people weren't watching, was the time to watch. Okay, so if you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. If you want, I mean, I don't know. I think everyone here is subbed to me. No one really like is searching for Bitcoin. If they are, they're not finding me. That's for sure. But they got that guy. They got those Binance and Coinbase scams with U-bots and fake subs and all that. They're getting recommended. Okay, man. Here you go. Majority picked it, saying that this won't be a bear flag, that in fact this will run up again to square up around 10,150, and then 51 of y'all, 38% think that it would be a bearish continuation where we would dump down to lower lows. See 9150 maybe. Okay. So thank you, Gabriel, Fishhead, Varize, and John A. Thank y'all for the contributions to the stream. Can't do it without you. So appreciate it. I'll be back for a Patreon night tonight. Till next time, respect the TA.